Hey Sammy, give me the usual, man. Sure, Jack, the usual coming up. Espresso, right? Tell me, Jack, are you expressing yourself or are you giving your customers what they need? What is that supposed to mean? What this means, Jack, is that I, Sammy, prefer my coffee with some milk, but you, on the other hand, like that extra punch packed in a glass of coffee. I don't mind some Frisco, but I make sure I stock up with some Nescafe just for you, Jack. My coffee is my coping mechanism. Look, on the bright side, at least this is not a glass of whiskey. I know how entrepreneurs like to paint a picture of having lavish lifestyles because they are self-employed and making it seem like they can drink all day and just spend all the time. You see, I did my fair share of accounting, and I think it's safe to say that if my business profits, say 100,000, and I spend 10% on expensive hennies and such, I'd have to unnecessarily spend more on my health for recuperating the blows that the hennies and such give to my system. Spot on, Jack. Being an entrepreneur is not about winning and giving the wins back. Sammy, I think I need a deeper understanding of leadership. In your perspective, what would you say are the most important signs of great leadership? That is an excellent question, Jack, and I'm glad that you asked it. The three most important signs of good leadership are ambition, discipline, and humility. Let me explain these from the perspective of learning and teaching. After all, every enterprise requires leaders to train their followers to achieve optimum performance in all business processes. Do you remember our friend George, the owner of Z2A Capital? From what I've noticed, George is very ambitious. This allows him to invest a significant amount of time in learning business processes, from doing market research to delivering a final product. This is what Stephen Covey refers to as sharpening the saw. This ambition allows George to learn efficient ways of communicating with his team, allowing him to teach them the secrets of his trade. You see, ambition is the fuel. The second thing that I've noticed about George is that he has a great amount of discipline. This is a no-brainer. If the plan is to learn, then do some research. If the plan is to teach, formulate a clear communication mechanism. You see, if business owners are not busy micromanaging, they're also busy assuming that employees are psychics. This goes back to having a clear decision-making process and cascading it to your team, thereby creating more autonomy. This is so brilliant. How do you come up with all these things? The question you need to ask Jack is, who developed the magic hand? Last but not least, George is very humble. In the corporate world, this is what they refer to as having emotional intelligence and embellishing it with empathy. Being humble allows George to learn his business thoroughly instead of just making uninformed decisions for the fact that he is a business owner. You see, George's humility allows him to accommodate deviations from initial plans, which makes him functionally flexible. When risk happens, George doesn't throw a tantrum because of pressure. Instead, George pulls up plan B. George's humility allows him to practice what is referred to as anticipatory management. Does this make sense, Jack?
Wow, man, you're a genius. Where would I be without you?